In this video, you're going to learn how to add value to your house even if you're on a budget. Remember to subscribe, leave your comment and press like so you don't miss out on future tips and advice on buying and selling Auckland real estate. The truth is, it doesn't take much to add value to your property, but you can lose thousands of dollars trying to save money by holding back on actually adding that value. So if you want to maximize your sale price, then I would strongly recommend adding what I call emotional marketing value, or in other words, EMV, by doing a couple of things before selling your property. In this post, I'll show you where to add the most value for your money and help you assess where you might be most vulnerable to losing value and how to fix it, even if you're on a budget. So let's dive right in and talk about what adds the most value to your house. Number one, fix deferred maintenance. Fix deferred maintenance issues or you will risk diminishing the value of your property. The absolute first thing you need to do is fix any problems that were caused by neglect. Buyers purchase with emotion and they justify that purchase through logic. If they go through your house and realize how many issues they need to solve, then it will tank your price. Number two, sort unconsented renovation work. Sort unconsented renovation work so you don't sink the value of your property. The fastest way that I've found to lose money on your sale is through unconsented work. You may have done a fabulous, the most remarkable renovation job ever, but when people find out that it's not consented, then you can say goodbye to your champagne price. I know the consenting process is probably the least fun of all the value-adding activities, but it's the one thing that will add the most value when you sell, because what you're actually doing is you're removing the barriers to ownership for buyers. The less barriers to ownership, the better the price. Number three, create charming street appeal. Create charming street appeal is a cheap way to add value to a house. In the same way that you would make a first impression at an interview, your property makes its first impression with your buyers at, say, open homes, private viewings, or even if they're doing a drive-by. In reality, you really have about 7 seconds to wow a buyer. So make the entrance emotionally engaging, and the entranceway could also mean your fence, it could mean your letterbox and those sort of things. Those first impressions count, so definitely you want to get those sorted. Number four, landscape the garden. Landscaping garden areas is a great way to showcase what's possible in the house and really showcase the lifestyle of the house. Because when I'm selling a house, I'm often selling the lifestyle associated with it. People want the outdoor living to give them a reason to buy your property. You know, ugly plants and weeds create a nasty taste in buyers' minds. They want to fall in love, so, make it easy for them. Number five, replace the old letterbox. Replace the old letterbox to prime buyers for a positive experience. When a buyer is driving on the street and looking for your house, say they saw it on Trade Me or Property Press and they're coming to the house, and the letterbox is hard to find or it's moldy and they simply can't find the house. Sometimes I see letterboxes with dangling rusted numbers and that sort of thing. It will give them a negative feeling towards the house and they'll probably have second thoughts straight away. This is a relatively inexpensive update and it sets the mental frame for a positive expectation when the buyer attends your open home or private viewing. And look, as you've heard me say many times before, you really have 7 seconds to wow your buyers, so make that entrance as emotionally engaging as possible. Number 6, declutter the entire house. Declutter the entire house to reduce the negative feelings from buyers. You know what they say, one person's trash is another man's treasure. It kind of works the other way around too. Buyers simply won't see the value in your piles of stuff. When a buyer is scouring the property for a reason not to buy, a messy house will help them cross it off their list. Remember to clean beneath the house as well and any attic spaces too. Buyers will check typically every crack and crevice in the house. So the tidier you have the home, the more it reflects that, hey, this homeowner has actually looked after the house, and I can invest in it knowing that it's been looked after. Number 7, adding another bedroom non-structural. Adding another non-structural bedroom is a top home improvement to add value. Some houses have very underutilized areas, especially the older houses. It might be a good idea to speak with an architect or some other designer to see how you can add a non-structural wall to create another bedroom before selling the property. So how much value does an extra bedroom add? Well, look, you can never say for sure, but you don't need me to tell you the benefits of selling a house with an additional bedroom, right? So as long as you can do it, and you can do it without needing consent, and it doesn't create a tiny little room which isn't really a room, then yeah, I would recommend doing it. It adds significant value, and you can target a broader demographic when you go to take your house to the market. Number 8, replace carpets or clean them. Replace carpets, floorboards, tiles, and that sort of thing to add value to your house. If you don't have tiles and you have carpet, definitely get the carpet cleaned. No one wants to do heaps of work on a property these days. And look, you'll almost always get a better price if your home is move-in ready and attracts emotionally engaged buyers. Just be careful with some of the vinyl floor coverings from the 1950s to the late 1980s, as they may contain asbestos. So if you're trying to remove that or anything like that and you're using a heat gun, you're basically heating up asbestos into the air. So just be cautious with that. And then another point of caution is the rug doctors. Not everyone can use them, and they can actually, not do a good job on the carpet. So hire a professional to do a professional's job. Number 9, curtains that reach the floor. Curtains that reach the floor will make the house feel fresh and modern. An effective way to immediately modernize and add value to your house is to update your curtains so that they go from the top all the way to the floor rather than hanging about 10-20 centimeters above it. Make sure to keep to neutral tones that match the rest of the house and general decor of the property. I would strongly suggest that you speak with an interior designer so that you can match all the color schemes of the curtains and the carpets and the general staging of the property so that it all ties in and looks beautiful when you present it to your buyers. Number 10, painting inside and outside. Painting inside and outside will add significant value to your home on a budget. Sprucing up the property with a good lick of paint is absolutely essential in my view when creating a desirable image in buyers' minds. There's a reason why professionals who flip houses for a living almost always give the property a fresh coat of paint and also stage it before selling. It's because it increases the emotional marketing value of the property, and those emotional buyers who want something that's move-in ready typically willing to pay a little bit more for that convenience rather than having to do the work. You don't want to skip this step unless an outdoor chemical wash, for example, is sufficient to give the house its sparkle that you would need before putting it to market. Keep it neutral and keep it simple, and beware of bright bling style color schemes. You definitely don't want that. Number 11, wash driveways. Wash driveways and paths to set the buyer's expectations. Driveways that are cracked, growing moss and mold, weeds and that sort of thing, generally just bring down the value of the property pretty quickly. Your best bet is to basically give it a chem wash as well and tidy it up. There are some great companies that can help with this. If it needs some maintenance, then you might want to think about adding that to the checklist, because buyers don't really want to have to deal with it. They just want to move straight in most cases. And if it's not, then they'll factor it into the price, and that affects your end champagne price as well. Number 12, update home security to give the house more worth. Updating your home security system definitely adds significant value to the property. But the thing is, it's not super essential, and it really depends a lot on the budget that you're playing with to add value to your house. I wouldn't suggest that it's the first thing you do, since it falls more in the logical aspect of the buyer's purchasing journey and process. So it's really maybe second phase of adding value. But look, it's a handy bonus for buyers concerned about the security thing. You just want to be a little bit careful not to go too over the top with it, because sometimes when a security system is over the top in a great suburb, it does raise a few questions, and people start asking, why is there such a, highly intense security system in a very safe suburb? And you start having those conversations. But a good security system is important. So if you haven't got one, definitely, and you have some money to do it, you can add one for sure. Number 13, carpet the garage to add value to your house. Look, carpeting the garage definitely adds perceived value, and that's really the name of the game when it comes to this, and marketing any product for that matter. This includes property. When adding value to your property, carpeting the garage is one of those things that does add an immediate sense of luxury and quality that concrete floors simply can't compete against. Number 14, spruce up grotty bathrooms to appeal to a larger pool of buyers. Look, bathrooms play a large role and part in how people perceive a property. By adding basics such as a heater, a toilet, a new toilet seat, a new shower head, seals like regratting, resealing, that sort of thing, that's going to add good value to the property because it makes it look newer, fresher, especially if it's been a rental, for example, it's been neglected a little bit. Those little easy fixes can add huge emotional value to the property, and buyers will notice it and they will appreciate that. Hey, look, it's also really easy and affordable to install when you want to add value before selling a house. Number 15, create a sense of arrival to lift emotional value. As I've said before, first impressions count. The entranceway welcomes people into your home. It provides them with a distinct separation between the outside world and the inner sanctuary that they're about to purchase into. If you play your cards right, you can get this outside world inner sanctuary feeling, you can really nail it. So things like a clean doormat, which includes maybe a priming phrase such as home sweet home, that definitely works. Painting the front door, having a bit of contrast between the outside cladding color and the door does add emotional value. Framing the door with some pots, adding some potential seating areas outside, painting the entrance as well. All these things create a real pleasant sense of arrival that buyers are certainly searching for when they're looking at a whole bunch of homes during an open home weekend. And you are competing with those homes, so you do want to stand out. Look, these points are relatively easy ways to add value to your home. Just remember that if you want to add value to your home on a budget before listing, it might take a bit of time, but it can be very rewarding on the other end. I know that sometimes you might just want the house sold quickly and it's gone, but look, it's against human nature for you not to want the champagne price for your property. In fact, the fastest way for you to get the champagne price is for you to take these professional recommendations to boost the perceived value of your property. Plus, you can work within your budget by doing the items that have maximum emotional appeal to buyers, but with minimal investment from your end. That's all, folks. Did I miss any ways to add value to your house on a budget? If I did, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always looking to expand these tips and share them with our community. So do let me know in the comments below. And if you would like to reach out to me for a free discovery call to see how I can help you in your own situation, because there is no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to selling real estate, do give me a call on 0800 RE STAR and we can book in that discovery call. Thanks guys, and talk soon.